Hi there, I'm Karen Offord, relationship coach, counsellor and author, and welcome. Today I wanted to share with you the importance of questions, because I believe our answers are in our questions. Great questions lead to great answers, and some of the greatest discoveries and dreams started with a great question. How could I? What if I? What can I? And one famous story is that of Colonel Sanders, who in his 60s turned his life around with a great question. At the time he was broken alone, but instead of feeling sorry for himself, getting mad, blaming society or sinking into depression, he asked, what could I do that would be of value to other people? What could I give back? While thinking about his question, he thought about his great chicken recipe that everybody loved. What if I sold that recipe to restaurants? Could I make money doing that? And although, if you know his story, there was a long road ahead as he went from place to place, often living out of his car, and was turned down by over 100 people, he went on to build what we now know as KFC. So great questions can lead to positive actions and the realisation of dreams. And as humans, you know that we're always asking questions. We're going to ask them for our entire life. It starts from a very early age. We ask them out loud or silently mull them over in our minds. But for many, our questions are, why me? Why is life so unfair? And these unhelpful questions lead to stagnation, doubt, self-pity, or just feeling miserable and low. And of course, then there's the classic question, what will everyone else think or say? Which just takes away your power, confidence, creating worry and self-doubt, and moving us further away from being our authentic selves. And of course, the only person to really suffer is you. Now, these are questions I like to call small, helpless questions that have no benefit. They don't allow us to grow or take any personal responsibility. They literally just keep us playing small. Becoming aware, understanding different types of questions, along with the questions you ask yourself, and changing them if they're the not so helpful small questions, will not only help you actually solve any problems, but build self-belief, increase your personal power, and open up the communication channels with those around you. You know, a number of years ago on a Sunday afternoon, out of the blue, there was talk of my younger son moving in with his dad. Something I dreaded, but it didn't come up a lot, although I knew his dad had been pushing it for years. Then, the very following day, my son came home from school. His dad had picked him up and was waiting out the front, while he came in to grab his things and said, I'm moving in with Dad. Well, I was floored, and the second he left, I just fell to the floor in tears. And it was only through all my years of study and personal development that I was able to quickly pull myself together instead of easily sinking into a depressed state and going into, why me? Why? This is so unfair. Or even abusing his dad and going, why did he do this to me? At the time, though, I jumped straight on the computer and Googled, help, my teenage son just moved in with his dad. What can I do? Now, of course, I had to be discerning as I waded through a ton of things that came up, but it led me to one woman experiencing the same thing and a great book that she read that helped her. So that afternoon, I raced up to the library to borrow it. I was determined to work through it and deal with it for my son's best interest. Now, of course, there's more to this story, but my point is I was able to move forward and handle what had happened by asking a helpful question. Now, I could share with you so many moments where the outcome was greatly affected simply by asking the right questions. So I've added a PDF in our group's files with empowering questions. Or, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find it on the link below. It includes questions that focus on the now, on gratitude, on finding solutions, and selfless questions that focus on improving the lives of others. So take a look and start to incorporate the ones that really resonate with you. Asking great questions is just one of the areas of personal development that can really change the quality of your life. Albert Einstein said the important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. So I'll just add, let's make them great questions, empowering questions. And these are the sorts of questions you'll find in the PDF. And of course, if you have any questions or thoughts right now that you'd like to share, I welcome you to post them in the comments below. And I thank you again for joining me. So, till next time, to your success and loving the life you live.